A stunning and captivating forest landscape by Emily Carr, Cowley Abbott is privileged to present Fir Trees to the auction market for the first time this season. Like her colleagues in the group of 7, Emily Carr had a deep interest in painting outside or en plein air. While the painter's canvases would be created in her studio, Carr's works on paper, like Fir Trees, were painted outdoors, immediately capturing the landscape that surrounded her. Emily Carr began painting works on paper, like Fir Trees, during the 1930s, using sheets of manila paper as the support, with oil paint, thinned with gasoline, as her primary medium. Emily Carr, academic and former senior curator of the Vancouver Art Gallery, Ian Thom, notes that the use of oil on paper had many advantages for Carr. It was lightweight. It could be readily attached to a painting board, which Carr could easily transport into her painting environments. And it was inexpensive, allowing the artist to create her work at relatively little cost. The thinned oil paint medium allowed for an intensity of visual expression that watercolor was not able to provide. While during the early 1930s, Emily Carr would typically use her works on paper as sketches for studio canvases that she would complete later, the painter quickly recognized the appealing immediacy of the oil on paper medium, seeing that these striking landscapes stood on their own as complete works of art. Southern Vancouver Island is a richly forested landscape. Areas around Victoria, where Emily Carr lived, provided a tremendous variety of subjects. During this period, Carr had a small house trailer, which she called the Elephant, that she would have transported into the forested landscapes near Victoria to spend concentrated periods of time painting. Fir Trees is a vivid example of Carr's direct approach to the forest landscape. A densely treed vista is seen beyond a small patch of soil in the immediate foreground. The overlapping forms of the trees suggest the density of the forest, but Carr has also been careful to distinguish the forms of the individual trees. Subtle variation in color and brushstroke give the trees distinct forms within the larger forest. What is likely a deciduous tree at the left has a flatter form, but Carr's use of upward strokes suggests the life force of the tree itself. Indeed, the contrast in tree forms throughout the composition gives the forest both a rich and compelling variety and a strong sense of movement. The forest is vividly alive, and Emily Carr has complemented that sense of motion in the swirling patterns of the sky above. The entire composition is enlivened by the visual force of Carr's remarkable varied use of paint and form. Ian Thom notes that Emily Carr's oil on paper sketches are among her most important contributions to Canadian art. No other Canadian painter explored the idea of the sketch more intensely and brilliantly than Emily Carr. We extend our thanks to curator and art historian Ian Thom for his research, writing, and assistance related to this artwork and for contributing the text discussed here. We look forward to sharing Emily Carr's masterwork, Fir Trees, in our upcoming auction previews in Calgary and Toronto, leading to the May 28th Select Masterworks of Canadian and International Art live auction at Toronto's Globe and Mail Centre.